All right. Hey, everybody. I've been sitting here and I just could not wait to press go. I'm so excited to be here with you, day 2 of Decompress Your Workday. I don't know if you work today or for me, working sometimes is at the computer, not today. I was up and running around like a crazy person. But we're going to decompress together. So do me a favor, somebody give me a thumbs up and let me know if you can hear me. I'm mic'd today, hopefully for some better sound. Just give me a quick thumbs up if you can hear me. Ooh, okay. Testing sound here. Oh, thank you, Trisha. Okay, thank you. I didn't want to go through 30 minutes and just talk to myself here. Thank you, Miss. My sister's on here. Very good. Hey, Lisa. Okay, thank you so much. There's a little delay. So I don't believe in wasting any time. We are about to get started. But first, your first question, are you hydrated? If you're not hydrated, real quick, go grab a big thing of water. We were talking about yesterday when we do the ELDOA postures, it's so important to be very, very hydrated. In the workbook, you have a water tracker. Even if that seems really simple, if you got back pain, you're not drinking your water, that's step 1. As we do the ELDOA, the postures that we do are designed to create space in a given joint. So a lot of times that's like you might know you have a compression at L4, L5, for example. And we're going to do some real specific exercises for those joints. And you want to have water in your body, free water available to be able to pull water into the disc space. Hey, kitty. I'm so glad y'all could join me. Little recap of yesterday. So if you haven't had a chance to see the video yesterday, stay with me today. You'll be fine. But go back and watch the fundamentals from yesterday. You're going to learn a lot. Each day of this 5-day training builds on the last one. And anybody who is joining me on the replay, I'm just so happy y'all could be here. I love if you're live, but if you're a replay person, I've gotten so many comments. Hey, I can't make it today, but I'll see you on the replay. Y'all definitely made good to your word. So many people did the replay today, and I just can't thank you enough for your support. I've gotten so much support through this project. Y'all are just wonderful. All right, so today we're going to practice our L4, L5 ELDOA posture again, and we're going to add some new things. I explained yesterday that not everything seems like a lower back posture, but it is. We are going to work some shoulders, some lats. We're going to work these structures underneath the arms because your lats do directly connect to your back, to your lumbar spine. Okay, so it's going to feel like shoulders. I promise it's low back. You do want to have a chair for today's class, really important. You need a chair or like a little stool. That'll be fine. And we're going to save our breathing, our diaphragmatic breathing for the end of class today. Okay? All right, we are all here. Hey, Yvonne, she made it. Okay, very good. So start standing for me. I'm going to get y'all moving right away today. So real quick gravity line check. If you put a finger on your chin, I want you to pull your head slightly back away from your chin. Nothing crazy. It'll just look like you're reducing your forward head posture. That's different from chin down. Okay, different move. Chin is back. And we need that small posterior pelvic tilt. Okay, if you had a tail feathers, you'd point those tail feathers down towards the floor. Arms by your sides. If you could push your feet into the floor, you would grow a little taller through the crown of your head. So just feel for the length in your spine. Okay, keep your spine in that general shape and just shake out your arms, nice and loose. And we're just going to start here with a little shoulder forward, shoulder back. It's a little pivot. through my shoulder girdle. I describe this sometimes like football pads. You swing one forward, one back. For now, keep your pelvis still and let this little rotation come from your thoracic spine. We have a real specific rotational segment, T7, T8, that's later. We'll get to that. Can you rotate through the upper back and keep your head still? Okay, it's a little move. Inhale through your nose and exhale through your mouth. No stress. And we're just going to add the legs coming into a slow march. Good. You just lift a knee, lift a knee. And as you get more comfortable with this, move faster. This is our 3-minute cardiovascular warm-up. Very important to warm up the body. Get you moving after sitting all day or wherever you've been. Put a smile on your face. It's only Tuesday. We got to smile. All right, I want you to move a little faster than you're actually comfortable with. Yeah, lift those knees, let the blood flow. It's just exercise, it'll be okay. Very good, y'all are doing awesome. I'm gonna add some arm movement. This is more to wake up your brain than anything else. So keep the legs and reach your arms forward. I know we do weird stuff. Pull your elbows back, so you're going to squeeze your shoulder blades together, and then we straighten and bend. So the arms and legs are moving at a different pace. One of the things about becoming adaptable to stress is that you have to challenge your brain. I'm sure y'all are doing wonderful. This does take some coordination. And right away, as you applied the stress, did your breathing stop? Yesterday, we worked on diaphragmatic breathing. That means in through the belly. You're doing great. Move it slightly faster, slightly faster. We'll spend 10 more seconds here. Work for the heart rate. You should become a little breathless. Work for 5, 4, 3, 2, and now you're awake. Very good. So stand with your legs wider than your hips. So I have a nice wide stance, and you can't see my feet, but I'm going to turn my thighs in. Almost like knock-kneed, right? The toes come in, the knees come in. Put your hands on your hips and just bend and straighten your knees a few times. Push your knees forward, push your knees backwards. All right, toe clenchers. If you're in your toes, put your weight in your heels. Yeah, work to push your knees forward. See if you can feel some stretch in your ankles, your Achilles. Not everything has to be big to be effective. Okay, so now that you understand knee movement, we're going to keep the knees just slightly bent. We have a low center of gravity, and this is where it gets interesting. This is movement through the pelvis, and I like to show this from the side. So tail feathers, you're going to point those tail feathers down towards the floor, flattening your low back or your lumbar spine, and then just relax. Tail feathers out. Tail feathers down, and tail feathers out. Work on moving your pelvis, but not your knees. Okay, a little rotation. Another way to think of it is pubic bone to belt buckle. If you're finding that you're leaning forward and back, you know your lower back is tight. Okay, this requires some flexibility at L3, L4, L5, L5, S1. We're just really warming up the lower back for what's to come. I'll face you. Give me 5 and 4 and 3, 2. On our last one, we're going to stick those tail feathers down and hang on to that. So the pelvis is tucked under, shoulders are right on top of the hips, knees are a little bit bent. Reach your arms out to the sides. So pick up your hands a little higher than your shoulders and relax your shoulders away from your ears. This is a movement of the rib cage called translation. We're going to move the rib cage over to one side and back to the center. Try that again, same side. Take it side and center. I'm fixed from the pelvis down. That's still. It'll feel like you're moving your belly button over to one side and back to the center. Okay, this shouldn't be painful. If you have some low back pain, take it slow. Good. Push the walls away from you. Awesome. Take it to the other side. And you might notice some differences. We're going to work to keep that opposite hip down. Very good. Okay, now take it side to side. We're just going to smoothly go from one side to the other. If your range is very small, that's completely fine. This is not my first time today doing this. I've had a sweaty run around kind of day. Side to side, nice and easy. The knees stay soft. Unclench your toes. Busted, so busted. Here's 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. We're going to stay in this general leg position with the pelvis tucked under, posterior tilt. We're going to do both sides. I won't give you right and left. Just take one hand, put it on top of your head, palm is up. Just lightly rest it there. The other arm is externally rotated, and I'm going to reach my hand just directly behind my leg. Do a little baby side bend. Push your elbow up. So I want you to lift all of this tissue, all of the fascia. Okay, it doesn't have to be super deep or super big. I just want you to breathe in and out through your side. Okay, really tuck your pelvis under to protect your back. Okay, and then take that over to the other side. Just rest your hand, externally rotate your arm, add a baby side bend. Doesn't matter how far down you go, it's about lifting up. Up, 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 up. If you're just joining us, you will need a chair in just a moment, so make sure you have one. Breathe like you're pushing your ribs out through your body. All right, how y'all doing? Get your chair. I'll meet you seated. Hey, Frank, very nice. Okay, grab that chair. So I had a post today, and I was talking about the one stretch that I feel people get wrong a lot with the low back pain, especially if you have sciatica, if that's one of your issues. So it's this move, this figure 4 stretch, where you're trying to stretch the outer hip or the glute max, maybe some IT band. I love to do this when seated, even if you're flexible and even if this feels basic. When you're seated, both sit bones can be firmly onto a surface, right? You're not going to allow one hip to lift. You're not going to allow any rotation of your body, right? We're going to protect the low back. Cross one ankle over one knee. Of course, it's the UPS guy. It's about to get real in here. A little barking, that's okay. All right, cross ankle over knee. Flex that top foot to protect your knee and just sit up as tall as you can. You're even on your sit bones. If you need a little bit more, use the strength of your muscle to push your knee towards the floor. Okay, now, if your hip lifted, that's the spot that's so dangerous for the sciatica. That can really irritate the sciatic nerve. Okay, if you're a sufferer from sciatica, really pay attention, take notes here. If you still need a little bit more, you can hinge forward at the hips, but we don't allow the spine to round here. Okay, just bring your chest slightly forward and be there. So I can create all the stretch I need by pressing my knee open and leaning forward. Okay, and I'll give you a variation if you're a super flexible person, but I'm pretty flexible here and I feel this plenty, okay, in this hip. Come on up, let's change sides. Again, top foot is flexed, you'll sit nice and tall, add a little hinge. And you can really change how this feels in the hip by just rocking your leg over to the side slightly, so the foot is going to go a little in that direction. You can grow taller through your spine, that should do it. If you can imagine like you're sticking your tail feathers out a little bit, stick your booty out. Yeah, that's the work. Okay, change sides again. So I'm going to bring you right into this while I talk to you. Just hold your stretch, find your best position. In our next class, we're going to do this lying down on the back. And if you've ever done this stretch, you're lying down on your back, you're trying to pull your knees towards you in order to stretch your hip. That can be extremely irritating to the low back. When you have sciatica or pain running down your behind into your leg, it's really hard to know without a diagnosis where that pain is coming from. And if the pain is coming from the sciatic nerve out of L4, L5, if it's actually coming from the spine and not from the muscle, and you're laying on the floor and you're rotating and twisting around trying to do this stretch all day long, you're going to really irritate the nerve a whole lot more. I see that all the time. Just thought I'd share. Okay, switch sides. So I've got to move my knee just slightly more in line with my shoulder. I feel it a lot more. It's very active, right? Foot is very flexed. I'm pushing my knee down and open. And you breathe. Do we have tight glutes? We've been sitting on them all day. Yeah, this is a big one. Okay, one more each side. Whenever we do a stretch, we do 30 seconds, 3 times on each side. If you are extremely flexible or you want to just try this out, you can cross your leg a little bit more. So see how I'm more shin? I didn't turn my body. I didn't rotate. Everything else is the same. Okay, just try it out. A little variation. Our bodies are shaped different. Good. Again, you can. Woo. If you have a hard time feeling a stretch, it's usually technique. You got to play around with it, tweak your position. And other side. I'm going to cross my leg just a little bit more. Your glute max attaches to your sacrum, that bony bone at the bottom of your spine, right? And that's the part of your body you want fixed. It stays put as we stretch the muscle. If it moves around and you lift your hips, you miss the stretch. I hope that helps somebody. It's all about the little things, the little corrections. Okay, so while I have you here in your chair, you can stay seated. We're going to practice a little arm work. If you're just joining us in the beginning, I was explaining that Some of the things we do don't seem like lower back things, but they are. So we're going to work the serratus and the lat, which have a fascial connection to this fascia of the lumbar spine, of the low back right here. So a lot of times if you're tight, it's because you don't have any reach or flexibility. Okay, so just sit up nice and tall, your best position. If you're one to let your ribs splay forward, I want you to correct that. So we worked on seated gravity line yesterday. The low back is flat. I want you to try to maintain that as we go. And just position your head, find that little chin in. Okay, don't lean back, just chin in. So either side, doesn't matter, touch your shoulder. And you're just going to bring that arm forward and make a stop hand. So you're just taking your hand, you're really splaying it out and saying stop. And from there, we're going to externally rotate the arm. So it's not just spinning the hand around, it's spinning the whole arm around. And I want you to really push forward. Now, if you rotated, correct for me, and this movement is going to happen through the shoulder blade itself. You're going to squeeze the shoulder blade into the spine and push forward. So we squeeze it into the spine and push forward. You keep moving, and I'll show you from the side. Notice this movement is different from elevation, right? You push forward, squeeze back. Forward and back. Manage the position of your head. Okay, give me 3 more. A straight elbow would be more correct. Here's 2. Here's 1. Okay, now same arm. Find that big push forward, that big reach. So your shoulder blade wrapped around and move closer to the front of your body. You're going to lift your arm, and the idea here is that you take the shoulder blade with you. Okay, so your arm is going to reach to the ceiling. Open your hand nice and big. You're reaching for the ceiling. Lifting, lifting, lifting. Keeping everything straight. Okay, yes, I know you feel your shoulder. But reach from your back. Reach. Your lat, right, like our reptilian wing here, attaches mid-tricep all the way to your lower back. The idea is to reach back. Okay, relax that arm, shake it out. Now we got to do the other side. Okay, make your stop hand. Externally rotate. Open the hand big, and we move the shoulder back and forth. This little move is protraction, retraction. If it's difficult for you, if you can understand it and it's difficult for you to do, it's because we're not very aware of the upper back, right? Our eyes are in the front of our head. We don't have a lot of sensation back there. When you're working on posture, it does pay to develop the sensation, right? Develop the awareness. Maintain your seated gravity line. Okay, last 3 here. Give it a big push forward, big squeeze back. Okay, I know you want to wear the shoulders like earrings. Don't do that. Okay, now find a big reach forward, and as you lift the arm, you take the shoulder blade with you. All right, trick question, everybody. What happened to your breathing? Yeah, easy breath. In and out through your belly. I'm going to spiral the arm up, like I'm trying to take my armpit and move it inward. Okay, if you can just get here in the correct position, great. Be there. But we're all on fire, so work with us. Push up, push up, push up. Hold for 1 more breath. Bring that arm down, shake it out. Get rid of your chair, and I'll meet you on the floor. Small transition here. Hey, Thomas. I love y'all. Everyone's so sorry they're late, and it's very sweet. It's okay. You're here. That's what counts. Okay. Put your feet in line with your hips. right? Really plant your feet on the floor. If that's tough for you to do, you can open your knees just slightly. I have no problem with that. Use your arms to sit as tall as you can. Okay, so we worked yesterday. We had the wall behind us. I need you just to imagine that it's there. The bottom two ribs are slightly pulled back, and the chin is slightly pulled back. But I'm all the way upright on my sit bones. See if you can grow just a little bit taller. You're going to feel your hip joints. Okay, that's a good thing. That's a good thing. Okay, now, staying very upright through your head, just let your pelvis fall down. Right, rock back a little on your tailbone. Let your pelvis fall down. Okay, and then correct it. Lift your pelvis back up. Let your pelvis fall back. That's a posterior tilt. And then really try to sit even more on your pubic bone. Okay, do that one more time. Let your pelvis fall and let your pelvis lift. We're going to come back to that in a moment. For now, lean yourself back slightly. Okay, we're at an angle, nice and straight. And here we're going to move the pelvis into a posterior tilt and an anterior tilt. Rolling and unrolling. If you have back pain, if you know you have a disc issue, go very small. This is not meant to be ab work. This is meant for, you're supposed to feel very smooth, very easy here. Abs are lazy. Right? You got to think like a little kid. All right, so we probably have this part down. Give me a little bit more of this part, like you're going to do a back bend at your lower back. Yeah, these are called good mornings. This helps to warm up the lumbar discs, pump water into the disc space. That's why we need to drink water. And just give me 4 more here. Maybe a little bit bigger curl back and a bigger back bend. Here's 3 and 2 and 1. We have set the stage for L4, L5. Sorry, it doesn't have a better name. That's what it's called. We're opening the space between L4, L5. Let me point you to it. So feel your back. Right? Just feel your back. Feel your lower back. If you bend forward, you can feel the sacrum, the flat bone in your lumbar spine. You can actually feel that first little notch. You can start to feel your vertebrae. You can count them. Okay, can you feel that? Can you feel the very lowest one? That's L5. And the one above it, that's L4. That's where we're working. Okay, just so you're aware. So open your knees at 90 degrees. If you want to measure the distance between your heels, right, 2 fist distance apart, that'd be perfect. Get all the way upright on your sit bones. We just practiced. And I want you to flex your feet. Really pull your toes back towards your face. Very good. Chin is in. All the things you know. Make your stop hands. Widen them. Externally rotate. Can you push your shoulder blades apart as you lift your chest? So good. Take those arms up, arms by your ears, and just be here. First order of business, are you breathing? Okay, let your belly expand on the inhale. You'll grow taller. On the exhale, you have a choice. I want you to grow even taller on that exhale. Okay, so inhale, you grow taller. Exhale, push to the ceiling. Remember, we're picking up the shoulders to pick up the back. This is your 60 seconds of fire here, so start to work this hard. Push the arms up, pull the knees towards the floor. Everything we've done has led to this point. And you have just 15 seconds to go. Touch the ceiling. Touch the ceiling. If you're a person whose ribs splayed forward, pull them back just slightly and grow out of your lower back. Real mechanical here. Really big push. Breathe through. I'm right here with you. Hold 6. Here's 5, 4, 3, 2. Keep the height in your spine. We don't want to rebound the spine. Just drop one arm. Just drop the other arm. Relax the legs. And then relax the spine. And you can do a few little mini good mornings here, rolling back and forward on your pelvis. Your homework tonight is to do your legs up the wall, the TV ELDOA. That was in our first video. Okay. So let's do just a few minutes of breathing. That'll be our cool down today. So go ahead and lie down on your back with your knees bent. And this is an exercise, so I'm going to say keep your eyes open. Stay aware. Stay in the room. If you lay down on your back and you're looking behind you, your chin is up, you can prop your head just slightly. Okay? Otherwise, pull the chin in, send your gaze down, and just rest your hands on your stomach. Okay, I'm going to sit up so that I can talk to you, and if you need a visual, you'll be able to have it. All right. The first exercise we did yesterday, we're going to do it again. This is our diaphragmatic breathing. So put a hand on your stomach, put a hand on your chest. And first, just inhale through your nose, nostril breathing. And exhale through your mouth. Mouth breathing is a pathology. It's not normal. It's not a healthy mechanic. So that's why I'm being very particular about in through the nose and out through the mouth. Okay, now you will not be on my pace. It's okay. On your inhale, I want you to expand the belly button upward towards the ceiling. And on your exhale, just allow the belly to gently fall. So our goal is to work through the belly hand. The chest hand, don't let it move up and down. Okay, that's a pathology as well. We want to be able to fully expand the abdominal wall when we breathe. Okay, I'm going to give you a tricky exercise. If you don't get it today, that's perfectly okay. It's something to work for. Okay, this little exercise not only helps your breathing and your stress, but it helps to tone the deepest layer of your abdominal wall called the TVA. Okay, so ab work without a sit-up. There's your motivation. So put a finger on your belly button and just listen for my cues. When you inhale, I want you to push your belly button upward towards the ceiling, like really expand fully. Push the belly up. Okay, it's kind of forceful. On your exhale, pull your belly button towards the floor. Really make that belly button sink downward away from your finger. So practice that a couple more times. On your inhale, you push the belly button up to the ceiling as much as it can go, maybe even more. And you wait until you need to exhale, and you breathe out, you breathe out, you breathe out, you breathe out, and the belly tightens here. I think of the belly button like a black hole. It pulls everything towards it. You get a contraction of the muscle. Okay, try that breathing one more time. And notice that that contraction gets deeper and deeper and tighter and tighter and tighter on the exhale. Okay, I'm going to take you just a little bit further. Okay, everybody reset. Here's what's going to happen. When you inhale, you're going to push the abdominal wall out, right? Belly button to the ceiling. We're going to exhale and continue pushing the belly button to the ceiling. We're going to take one more breath with the belly to the ceiling, in and out. And at the very end, we'll let the abdominal wall fall. Okay, if you didn't get that, it's okay. I'm going to walk you through it. Okay, this is a good one. All right, let's do this together. Just a little reset. Inhale through your nose, belly to the ceiling. As you exhale, keep your belly to the ceiling. Inhale, belly to the ceiling. Exhale, keep your belly to the ceiling. Inhale one more time. On the exhale this time, push your belly button to the floor. And we're going to cycle it all again. Here we go. Inhale, belly to the ceiling. Exhale, belly stays to the ceiling. Inhale, don't let it go. Exhale fully, belly to the ceiling. Inhale again, inhale nose. And this exhale will pull the belly button to the floor. Really, really pull it down and in, 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 down and in. We have one more round just like that. Inhale, belly to the ceiling. Exhale, belly to the ceiling. Inhale. Exhale. One more inhale. Biggest exhale today. As you exhale, pull your belly button to the floor, to the floor, to the floor. Let all the air come out of your lungs. Empty fully. And completely relax. Now you can close your eyes. Let your breathing return to normal. I'm so happy you all joined me today. I'm so excited to have you here. I would love your comments. What I do each day is shaped by you and your feedback. So if you love something, have questions with something, please send me a message, let me know. And please feel free to invite anyone at any stage of this 5-day training. Okay, just go to the private group, the Posture Project, and click invite and invite your friends. Y'all are absolutely wonderful. Hydrate. And you have such a wonderful evening. And I will talk to you tomorrow.